Also Friday night, Lima Motorsports Park. Friday was their season championship night. Dylan Woodling picked up the feature win in the modifieds. Todd Sherman picking up the championship there.
Yeah.
Craig Dittman won in the Thunderstocks. Tony Anderson was crowned the Thunderstock season champion, and Riley Hayter picking up the win in the Dirt Track Truck Series feature there. Saturday night at Oakshade, Rusty Smith picking up his first late model feature win.
First ever.
Yeah. Colin Schilt in the DCR Graphic Sportman, another first-time winner. Mason Luttrell in the Dominator Superstock A-Main. Ryan Oakley in the Compact A. John Young picking up the win there in the Dominator Superstock B-Main. That's his third of the year. I think he's starting to sandbag now. That's what I'm thinking. And Gavin Stambaugh picking up the win in the Compact B-Main. Fremont Speedway, Kel Thomas getting the AFCS 410 Sprint win. Brian Sabito in the AFCS 305s. And your kid won.
Somebody that I know.
Steve Miller picking up the win in the
Keep
dirt
reminding
trucks
him I brought him into this world. I can take him back out.
Oh, I think he's the dominant Miller now. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
There used to be a time where you would kick his butt, but now I don't know.
Well, we'll swap that around.
Flat Rock Speedway, Saturday night, Scott Hantz picked up the win in the Stan Yee 150. Ron Allen winning in the Street Stocks. Dennis Wisman Jr. in the Figure 8s. Butler Motor Speedway, it was Darren Nida in the 410 Sprints. Dylan Nussbaum in the Modifieds. Irvin Turner picking up the win in the Street Stocks. And Corey Gum, 4-cylinder win for him. He seems to win wherever he goes.
He does.
Waynesfield Raceway Park also in action this past weekend. Casey Jedzerjek picking up the Jedzerjek picked up the win. The Great Lakes Super Sprint featured Jeff Kaz in the Modifieds. Riley Hayter, another Dirt Track Truck Series win, and Brandon Rose picking up the win in the Compacts there Saturday night at Waynesfield. Lorraine Raceway Park, Eddie Poterzay picking up the win in the Street Stocks. Andrew Brocconi in the Chargers. Will Uravac in the Pure Stocks, and Roy Lowe picking up the win in the Ace Racing League. Angola Speedway on Saturday. There was a lot of racing this past weekend. Hunter Jack picking up the win in the late model. Zach Henderson Street Stocks. Aaron Timmerman in the Modifieds. Riley Mason in the 4-cylinders. World of Outlaws Case Construction late models. Prairie Dirt Classic. Did you watch any of that?
I did not.
Well, yeah, we were busy on Saturday, weren't we? But Friday night, Ryan Gustin and Brandon Shepard, Mike Marler, Jason Fager winning preliminary features. Saturday, Bobby Pierce, I guess he took a provisional, went from the back to the front twice to win the Prairie Dirt Classic there.
That's pretty dominant.
A little bit. And you know a name we haven't really talked about a lot this year?
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah.
Jonathan Davenport. I just not having a good year, I guess. Monday, Wilmot was postponed due to rain. A makeup date will be announced. World of Outlaws NASCAR Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, the C&D Rigging Summer Nationals at Williams Grove Speedway. Friday, it was TJ Stutz picking up the win. David Gravel won his 100th World of Outlaw feature on Saturday night there. And then Sunday...
He's been on a roll lately, Scott.
Yeah, speaking of which, he picked up the win Sunday at Weedsport.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 wins for Gravel this weekend. ARCA Menard Series action at Salem. The ARCA 200, former guest William Swalich picking up the win there. And your Hammerdown Racing Army results, again, if you're part of the Hammerdown Army, they're slacking. They're not submitting the results. And HammerdownRacingReport.com, click on Hammerdown Army, submit your results. There's a link at the bottom of the page. James Stamper got his in, 7th in the Compact A-Main at Oakshade. Harriet Callahan finishing 18th. I think that was in the A.
Okay.
I'm not. She didn't put which one. John Young, of course, finishing first in the Dominator Superstock B main. Kurt Dickey finishing 17th in the Dominator Superstock A main. Greg Stillwell finished 10th in his first ever run with the CRA Jegs All-Stars at Toledo Speedway on Friday.
Scott, that was a great race to watch. He came from dead last. They were lined up on the front stretch. They decided to make a change, pulled into the pit area, made a change, which made him start dead last, and he battled his way up to 10th. It was a fun race to watch. Congratulations to the Stillwell team. You guys looked great.
He fared better Friday night than he did Saturday at Anderson Speedway.
Yeah, they had a clutch issue.
Finished 21st with a DNF there. And then that Scott Hammer guy, he finished 9th in the Dominator Superstock.
Really?
A-Main, yeah.
Did you submit that, or are you winging it?
I may have winged it. Well, let's pay a couple bills before we bring in our guest.
Okay.
Since I'm drinking it. Victory Fuel is a refreshing and natural hydration alternative. I gotta swallow it. That replenishes electrolytes and is packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. Victory Fuel is the perfect way to stay hydrated and energized throughout the race day. Being free of added coloring, caffeine, and carbonation, Victory Fuel is a great kid-friendly drink. Get yours online today at drinkvictory.com. Be sure to use discount code Domination or Conley Racing. You'll save 10% and help fuel their racing programs. It's available in some stores now. I think Roots Poultry was one of them. It's at a lot of racetracks. It's in Victory Lane at most racetracks now.
Yep.
So Dittman Motorsports even carries it.
Steve had one in Victory
he won.
Lane at Fremont.
Imagine that. Speaking of Dittman Motorsports, they are the official Hoosier Racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. Any kind of race car service you need, I was using him for shocks on Saturday. I had a bunch of issues with shocks.
You broke another one?
Well, it broke the week before, and we were replacing it, and then there was a problem where one wouldn't fit on right. And
Really?
Yeah. You can flip them upside down.
You didn't know that?
I wasn't sure on that one. I learned. It worked. It was all good. And Magic Moment Entertainment. I got an email from Ron Burt from them today. I guess he got like a whole bunch of wedding receptions lined up to DJ.
Right.
Houghton Lake, Cadillac. They were from Bowling Green. I think you might have said Lima. All over. Sandusky was another one.
Right.
So people are mentioning the Hammer Down Racing Report when they call Magic Moment Entertainment and saving $100.
Ooh.
So that deal is continuing into this month.
Into August?
Yeah, Magic Moment's Ron Burt works with contracts. He carries liability insurance. He never charges for mileage or dance floor lighting. He's been in business for over 30 years. Magic Moment takes pride in working closely with couples to make your special day perfect. He does the entire states of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky, so there's no extra fee for that mileage there. Wedding receptions are Magic Moment's specialty, but they also do corporate events and mitzvahs. Call 419-594-2261 or find them on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment, or you can find Ron Burt under Ohio Sports Blitz. So now,
I think we have rambled long enough, and Leyton's kind of looking bored sitting in the green room.
Are you bored?
Oh, no, I'm good. I enjoyed watching.
Welcome, Leyton Wagner. Congratulations picking up the win Saturday night at Wayne County. And we were talking before, actually, that that was not his first 410 win, as it seemed to be indicated by some reports. You picked up a 410 win, you said, at Mercer, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty big deal, too.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago. It was the end of 2022, so it's been a while. Definitely a needed win last Saturday.
So how exciting was it to pick up the first win at Wayne County? How many years have you been trying at Wayne County?
I've been running there consistently for probably 2 years. I feel like I've definitely had opportunities to win. Stuff just hasn't gone right, or I've made a mistake. I guess it just happens, and I'm glad I finally got the first one there out of the way.
Now, it sounds like, from what I read, that there was a bunch of cautions in that race on Saturday. How frustrating is it to be out front and continually have the caution flag come out?
It was, it was frustrating, but looking back, it kept me out of lap traffic. And I was really good in clean air. So, I don't know, because when I got into lap traffic, I only got to get around like 3 or 4 cars. So I never really got into deep lap traffic, but I think having the cautions, it kept me in clean air. Now the caution with 3 to go, I wasn't looking forward to that. That's the one I was most upset about. But
you had all that clear racetrack in front of you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I lost power. I went to go restart, and I realized I lost power steering. So that's when.
So you raced the last 3 laps without power steering?
Yeah.
Kept the car nice and straight, didn't you?
I tried to. I ended up getting in the wall once, but
I was going to say, what happened? I guess that answers the question. You bounced off the turn two fence late in the race. It was because of the power steering issue.
Yeah, there was also kind of like a little hole developing on the cushion in the center of 1 and 2, and it was pretty gnarly. So you had to watch. I think I just hit it wrong.
I believe the word used to be character, and then this year it became sketchy. The tracks are sketchy. Gnarly. I like gnarly, though.
Gnarly's good.
Track out a little gnarly.
Just for future reference, I'd go with the power steering failed you, and that's why you bounced off the fence.
Yeah.
So you're 18 years old. Does he look 18 years old?
No, and he's been running 410s for a couple of years.
Yeah. So you started off in go-karts, and then 3.8 Motorsports put you behind the wheel of a 410 at the age of 12?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Now, have you been running a 410 since then?
I would say so. Like when I was 12, I only ran 2 races. And then 13, I ran like 8, and then like 14 years old is when I started running more races. Like I think I ran 20 races that year, and then ever since I've been running about 20, 25 races a year.
So we'd say about the past 4 years you've been running pretty.
So what's the family think about you racing, or what did they think about you racing at 12?
They were kind of, well, my mother was actually pretty okay with it.
Really?
I was kind of surprised. Now, I did a few practice, but my very first race was at Pittsburgh Motor Speedway, which is a huge half mile.
Big yodeling place.
So my dad and I were fine with it, but my mother wasn't too happy that was where my first race was. But that place is nice because it's so wide, big. You can see so far out in front of you.
Yeah, why not go your first race at Eldora, or Knoxville?
Yeah. So, and you come from a racing family. Your dad raced, and it's what generation racer are you?
Technically, I'd be 4th.
Okay.
Because my great-grandfather ran like a stock car. I forget what they called them back then. My grandfather ran a semi-late, and then he got into a sprint car, and then my dad raced sprint cars. My dad raced 305s, then got into 410s. I was supposed to get into it. My dad had a 305 built for me, but then when it came to it, he just put his 410 in, so I never ran the 305.
And where was it that your grandfather raced?
He ran more like Mercer a lot, Sharon, maybe a little bit of Lernerville, not much.
Middle of Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Ron's raced at a lot of places for many, many years. He's got a little experience there. But so how much, did you get into racing because of your family? How did you get into the go-karts?
I would say it's family, because if I didn't grow up racing, I don't know what I'd be doing. But yeah, I think I was like 9. My dad bought me a go-kart. Like he got me a 4-wheeler to ride around the yard when I was a little bit younger, but got me a go-kart at 9, and then gave me the choice of either playing baseball or racing go-karts, and I picked racing go-karts.
Couldn't talk him into both?
I actually tried.
Oh,
but,
okay. Conflicting schedules.
Yeah, Timmy Schaefer has his own go-kart track on his property, and he would race on Wednesday nights. And a lot of times when I was that age, we would have games on Wednesday nights. So I didn't want to be just showing up for one game a week, missing.
Right.
So if I was going to do something, I wanted to be committed to it.
So you play football and basketball, right?
I played basketball up to my sophomore year, but then I finished off high school playing just football.
Okay, so that's all behind you now? Now you're just focusing on the racing?
Yes, sir.
What position in football?
Tight end and outside linebacker, but I couldn't catch real good, so I was more of just a blocking tight end.
Okay.
What sport have you had the most fun in?
Well, obviously racing.
Okay.
School sport. Football. Yeah, most definitely football.
Okay. So back to your dad. How much did he teach you about racing? I mean,
Well, he definitely taught me all the mechanical aspects of it, how to work on it by yourself. Because I mean, when I was younger, he was doing it a lot by himself, and then he kind of just taught me to do it. Now it's just him and I in the shop all week, and then my mother, she'll help like wash days, wash the body, and help clean out the trailer. Um, but yeah, he taught me, and then he gave me some tips for driving. But I mean, if we have different driving styles, I guess it would kind of one thing he would tell me may not fit me or whatever. But I guess he just tried giving me the most advice as he can, and we just kept racing and trying to get better.
And he doesn't race anymore?
No, he got in it like one time 2 years ago just to have fun. That was at Mercer, and that was fun. At least we got a few pictures and being able to hang out.
Was he racing against you head to head?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who
Yeah,
came
he
out?
ran our-
Who came out ahead in that deal?
He ended up.
Oh,
Oh,
I was beating him, but I had a nozzle line come off.
oh,
oh. You
So,
should
I
get a
didn't-
mulligan and
valid excuse.
Yeah.
should get another shot at that. Because
Yeah.
now,
Every time someone asks, he just gets a big smile.
I was gonna say now he's got bragging rights for until if it ever happens again. You know, if you ever
Yeah.
get to race him again, but I guess he'd
I
probably.
I tried getting him to bring our second car out to Wayne County because I know that was one of his favorite places, but he's been saying no.
So what track is your favorite track to race on?
Wayne County, most definitely. But I really liked Fremont. I was really happy with Fremont. Now it was really hooked up and heavy the night I went, but I had a lot of fun there. It's a small little track, but you get moving pretty good.
Yeah,
That's right.
carry a lot of corner speed.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
only bet.
my-
You said. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My first lap, I got on the throttle, went down the front stretch, and I started entering one, and I definitely didn't think I was going to make it. My eyes got real big, but I ended up making it, and I guess we had a pretty good night.
Now you mentioned you've only been there the one time this year. Any plans to get back to Fremont before the end of the season?
Yes, I mean, whenever Wayne County's not running, because after that win last Saturday, I should be in the points lead. So we'll run there weekly. But whenever they're not running, we'll try to get to Fremont. And then I think we definitely want to go hit the Jim Ford Classic there, that 2-day show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Fourth
fun
of the year.
weekend.
Yeah, I've went there and watched, I think that race, but I don't think my dad or we never raced it.
So how big of a leap was it to go from a go-kart to get into a 410 when you're 12 years old? And how did you do that?
12-year-olds are bulletproof. It does.
Well,
Are you more scared now to get into a late model? Do you have more fear, or a late model, a sprint car now as compared to when you were 12?
Oh no, I was I was so nervous getting in it when I was 12. I guess I was telling my dad this the other day. I watched probably hundreds of GoPro videos, trying to see what it would be like. You could take those and just throw them out the window because it doesn't matter. My first time in a car, my dad, instead of having the receiver in, he just put a walkie-talkie in my fire suit, so he was able to talk to me.
Sure.
And he was like, all right, get on the throttle. And I thought I was flying. I watched a video. I was at like idle speed my first time in the car. So, yeah, I guess we've came a long way since then.
Now, was that it? Were you racing at 12 or were you just taking
Yeah.
laps?
I took laps. I practiced at Mercer in a place called Marion Center. I practiced there. And then my first race, I was 12 at Pittsburgh.
And
So I
how'd you
ran a
finish
race
in
in
that?
Pittsburgh and then Lernerville. I think, well, there wasn't many cars. I think there was like 14 or 15 cars.
Don't
at
say that.
Pittsburgh.
Don't say that.
Well, I'll just be realistic.
Yeah,
And
just
I
leave that
finished-
part
I think-
out.
I think I finished 9th or 10th.
There you go. Top 10 finish.
Yeah.
At a big track when you're 12. How intimidating was it to go there and make that your first start?
I guess it was like waiting in the lineup area, getting ready to go out. I was super nervous. I mean, I still get nervous. I don't get nervous on like how fast it is and stuff. I get nervous on not screw up and just be able to perform well. But once I guess once you start the car up, that all goes away.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like when I was racing, I was that nervous. Like I didn't get real nervous around cars. Yeah, I mean, it's so far back, I can't really remember exactly how I was feeling, but I wasn't as nervous as I guess I would have thought.
Gotcha. Dean Henry, one of our listeners here.
How about
You
Don
talked to-
Henry? But
that's
okay.
Don. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't read without my glasses. Dean's brother wants to know when you ran the go-karts, did you run on dirt or asphalt or both?
Just dirt.
Okay.
Yeah, just dirt. So I would run it. Timmy Schaefer, he had a track. I'd run there a little bit. And I went to, there was a track called Slippery Rock. They would run like every other Sunday. And it was an all-day event. You would get there at 11 o'clock, and you probably wouldn't leave till 7 in the afternoon. So I definitely don't miss that. But, I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it.
Any thoughts of running anything else other than a 410? I know before we went on, you mentioned something about how much you enjoy watching the dirt trucks there at Fremont.
I guess I'd be up to drive anything. I mean, I would love to see what those 600 micros are like. Those look fun, and I don't know, a midget, just be able to try a midget out.
I know a guy that's got a dirt truck at Fremont, and he's let a couple of guys drive it, Scott.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I think I may have told him before you got here. Have you run anything competitively other than the 410 and in the go-karts?
No, just 410 and go-kart.
No thoughts of climbing in a late model? Wayne County's got a few of them.
I don't know. I guess it's opportunity, just to go have fun.
Yes,
I guess you see some sprint car guys getting to late models, and they do all right. Like Donnie Schatz, he actually said the late model racing may have helped him a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of those guys kind of jumping back and forth.
Right.
Brent Shepard, B-Shep was
McCready.
Oh yeah, doesn't he run in the midgets too?
Oh, he'll run anything.
But Kyle Moore there, he'd be hard to beat if you got in a late model, especially at Wayne County. I don't think anybody's won since first of the year.
I love watching that guy. He pulls in with a half-ton Chevy pickup with an open trailer, and then just wins all the time.
Well, we had him on the show a few weeks, probably about a month ago now.
Yeah.
And a lot of times our guests will go on and win their next race. And as Ron had alluded to earlier, he's gone on and won his next race, and the race after that, and the race after that.
He just won't give anybody else a chance.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm hoping that stays true. Hopefully I can win again.
There you go.
We're expecting
no
it.
pressure. So who came up with the nickname Leyton Wagner?
I think that was
got to be a track announcer.
Eric Westendorf at Lernerville. I think he's the one who came up with it. I think that was a few years ago. I may be wrong, but I think he's the one who came up with it.
Is it stuck around? Do people use that or just at Lernerville?
I mean, everyone in Western PA would call me that, and then I went over to Wayne County, and the announcer over there called me Lightning. So I was like, oh, I guess it's over here now. So, yeah, I guess it's stuck.
Now, do you consider yourself part of the Pennsylvania posse since you are from Pennsylvania?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
I never raced out in Central PA.
Okay.
I don't know if you would claim me. I mean, heck, I race in Ohio more than I do.
So you're kind of like in the middle of that whole Ohio guys versus the Pennsylvania guys.
Yeah.
Do you side more with the Ohio guys then, since you race with them more?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Did they claim you?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Who would you say is your toughest competition on a weekly basis at Wayne County?
There's definitely a lot. I mean, there's a lot of the competition in Ohio. Not the competition in Western PA is good, but the competition in Ohio, you got a lot of really good drivers. Spithaler, he doesn't run there weekly, but he runs at Wayne County a lot. I would say him, Jordan Ryan, Tyler Gunn, Henry Malquit. Trying to think who else. DeVault will run there weekly. I feel like I'm forgetting a few people.
They'll remind you.
Yeah.
So what is your ultimate goal in racing? Where would you like to end up, or is this just kind of a hobby and you're happy just doing the 410?
I guess. Uh, well, I wasn't really doing that good, and part of me was like, maybe I should just take a few years off, go get my CDL, and try going and working for an outlaw team. Just go on the road and enjoy myself, and work for a team and learn. And then my dad called Scott Bartson, and Scott was willing to give us a chance. And his first night was Speed Week. And then ever since then, we've been getting like a lot better. He has me very, very comfortable, and we have a good baseline to go off of. And I've been feeling a lot more competitive at places like Attica, Fremont, where the competition over there is really tough. So I guess now I'm more to the point where maybe I should just try. I just need to try improving, and you never know where it takes me. Like I look at guys like Danny Sams, like he was racing just in Ohio last year. I mean, I thought he was a really good driver last year. Now he races more he just goes with the traveling series, and I can't believe how well he's done this year. So I don't know. I guess I look at him and gives me someone like me hope that it can all work out.
So would you say your recent success is due to setup changes, the way the car is now, or have you made adjustments to your driving style? Or a little both?
A little bit of both. So Scott, one nice thing is I'm actually able to, well, a lot of times he knows what to do with the car before I even tell him how the car is, but I'm able to explain to him what the car is, and he's understanding everything I'm saying. And then it just relays. And then he actually has given me some pointers driving that I never even knew would have helped until he told me, and it helped. So it's just, I guess he's been around it, and he's helped out different drivers. And I guess time being around it, he's helping me out driving also.
It's Scott, your crew chief.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Scott Barson.
So when I find that going to people that have been doing it for a while is a good resource for information.
Yeah, they've made all the mistakes, Scott.
Yeah. Notice who I'm looking at too.
They know what not to do. Yeah, I know.
So what do you have planned for the rest of the season? You're going for the championship at Wayne County. You mentioned hitting the Jim Joanne Ford Classic at Fremont. Anything else the final few months here of the season?
I want to try getting back to Attica a few more times. I know they have a couple weeks off. The Outlaw Show I guess I'm just thinking of bigger shows. The Outlaw Show at Wayne County, and then the Pete Jacobs Memorial there. It's 10,000 to win, so that'll be a big show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of bigger shows back home. I think Lernerville has like it's like all sprint car show. There's 410s, 305s, and wingless. I think that pays a little bit better, so may hit that, just depending on how the schedule with Attica and Wayne County matches up with it.
Now, if somebody offered you a midget ride for the Chili Bowl Nationals in January, I'm assuming you'd be all for that.
Oh yeah, I'd get my seat and helmet and fire suit, and I'd be out there.
That'd be fun. Who would you say right now is the best sprint car driver in the country, not including Kyle Larson?
David Gravel.
Yep. All right, should have been not including him. But yeah, that works. That makes sense. So this weekend, where can folks catch you this weekend racing?
Wayne County, Saturday.
Just Saturday night for you?
Yeah, Attica's not running. If they were, we would be there. But
that's right.
Just Wayne County this Saturday, so just a one-day weekend for us.
All right, you going to make it 2 in a row, back-to-back wins?
I'm hoping.
We're counting on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we let you go.
Hopefully I can keep your streak going after being on the show.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, you've got to talk about your sponsors.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to get to. So coming aboard this year was Shell Haas Landscape Construction. Not only is he sponsoring us. He actually comes to the majority of the races because he wants to learn the race cars. So he comes in the pits, he helps us, and I think that's really cool.
It's cool to
not
have an
only is he
involved sponsor.
Yeah. And after Saturday, he was so pumped. Like, he sent us a text saying how excited he was for the rest of the season. Karski Security, Watkins Turf Care, Al's Corner, Bobby Clark Racing, and I want to thank Berryman Racing Shocks. He helps us out a ton, giving us information on getting me more comfortable also. And then I want to say thanks Scott Bartson again. He's really improved our race team and how we're performing.
How long you've been working with Scott?
Since Speed Week, Ohio Speed Week.
So just the year.
Yeah. So his first night was Wayne County at Ohio Speed Week.
Okay. What was he doing before he got hooked up with you then?
I think he was helping Bryce Lucius.
Okay. Seems like a good place to get some knowledge.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck Saturday night at Wayne County, and congratulations again on the win last weekend. It's great talking to you. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Leyton. Good luck this weekend, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
There you go. Leyton Wagner, winner Saturday night. Picked up his first 410 win there. Second 410 win overall because he had the one at Mercer a few years ago. Looking to keep that streak alive.
Counting on it, Scott.
Speaking of streaks, nope, that didn't work. I had nowhere to go with that. I was going to say we're going to be giving away some Mazza's Pizza coming up here a little bit. Forgot to mention that earlier. With how many? We got to spin the Mazza's Pizza wheel tonight for the first time. And we also have that breaking news. Actually, we got some breaking news, and we have the big announcement.
Yeah.
Before we get to the big announcement, I want to mention Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs. From action shots to victory lane, they do custom print magnets, canned koozies, tumblers, other gift items. Sells the 4x6 photos at the track, just like when I was a kid, just $1. I think it's probably the same price as when I was a kid. And he's got the kids' nights where a race team, a fan, whoever wants to sponsor a night, costs $50. That gets the first 50 kids through the gate a free 4x6 photo.
Are those filled up for the year? Or?
I don't know, but he's had some doubled up. So some nights it's the first 100 kids.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, get a hold of Charlie there at 419-407-6994. And also he does do the he does probably graduation photos, but he's doing the senior photos because I think now's the time for that to happen. Because when you're a senior, do they still do that? I remember you trade your senior photos at the beginning of your senior year. Did you do that, or was that too long ago for you to remember?
We had
Did they have cameras back then?
We had the yearbook, Scott, and everybody signed everybody's yearbook.
All right, sorry. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time, and Ron Miller Race Cars. Give Ron a call, 734-856-7223. He's got Dominator Race Products, race cars. Do you even have any race cars to sell anymore?
No.
Did Steve sell his late
yes.
model? Okay, because
yes.
I know somebody was looking.
Yep.
We can direct them your way. Parts, safety equipment, service, everything a racer needs. That's Ron Miller Race Cars there in Lambertville, Michigan.
Now's the time to start thinking about building your new Fremont truck for the 2025 season.
You don't build Dominator Super Stocks?
I can.
What about late models?
I don't know. I've still got the jig.
Does proven chassis still exist?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what about a sprint car? Have you ever made a sprint car?
Never built a sprint car.
There you go. Somebody challenged Ron to make a sprint car. Don wants to know where you were Saturday.
Don, that's an interesting question. I walked out in the shop last Saturday morning. Thought, I looked out in my side pasture. I've got horses out there. There's weeds that were 5 feet tall. There's just so many things to do around. So I decided that I was going to sit Saturday out. I had no problems with that. I was going to go to Fremont and take care of all my little chicks and
Okay.
Yeah, Steve, actually, my son Steve made it 2 miles from the shop and kicked the drive shaft out of his tow vehicle. So we got him back to the shop. He hooked my dually up to his truck and went racing, won the feature. As it turns out, with his truck breaking, only one of us was probably going to get to race. So
It was fate.
it was fate.
Yeah. How about we could do that major announcement?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm kind of, I guess it's too late to back out of this one, but
Yeah.
Here's your major announcement. So,
Which one?
well, we'll start with the, we'll go in order, chronological order.
It's been a big week, folks.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes this week. I talked to Corey on Saturday. That's when, for some reason, I had this idea Friday night when I was sleeping. I woke up and was like, huh, we're still having these.
2 o'clock in the
Something
morning,
like
one
that,
of those
yeah.
deals?
So I gave Corey a call
Happens
because
all the time.
he's the guy that put together the Showdown series with the dirt trucks and the stocks
Right.
and the asphalt people and came up with the rules and all the money to win those races the past couple years.
Right.
So and then last week he made the announcement that he wasn't going to be
He was stepping
doing
away, just personal reasons.
So I wanted to make
gonna
sure
talk
that
about it.
that we were okay to do what I wanted to do with my idea, and he gave us a blessing as long as we don't call it Showdown Series. So we're using Showdown Series rules. Well,
Right.
technically the tracks are okay. Here's the announcement: we are going to be doing Hammer Down Clashes. The Hammer Down Clashes.
And it's not going to be the Hammer Down series.
It's not a
because
series. It's just
there-
four
there-
individual events.
There won't be any points.
So here's the events, and we'll give you details about them here
I
momentarily.
suppose
The first one.
if they begged, we could have points, and
I suppose if somebody wants to put the points together, they can handle that. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
we're not putting any money up for it.
no, not yet. But here's the deal: Hammer Down Clashes, Showdown Series rules, Oakshade Raceway. This is the new one. This one has not been announced before, so this is announcement number 2. Oakshade Raceway, Saturday, September 28th. It is going to be. Well, before we get to the numbers, we'll just say it's September 28th is when the Hammer Down Clash number 1 will be. That'll be the Fremont Dirt Trucks versus the Dominator Super Stocks with the rules that Corey used for the Showdown series. Night number 2 for the Hammer Down Clash will be at Millstream Speedway at the previously announced Stocks versus Trucks event on Sunday, October 6th. Fremont, Friday, the following Friday there, that's going to be the 10th or the 11th of October with the previously
Right.
scheduled event. That's going to be with the late models as well. And I guess still haven't talked to your guy,
Right.
because you haven't given me his number, but I guess
I
there's
did.
going to be a big late model, though I didn't get it. A big late model show there.
My phone says you did.
My phone says I didn't. I got a new phone now, so that
Huh.
could be the problem. And then the Nightmare Clash in Dusky finished things off there on October 19th with and this was a previously announced thing as well. So
Right.
there's 3 races that have already pre-existed that are using Showdown Series rules. Trucks versus Stocks there at Sandusky versus the Asphalt Stocks.
Right.
Rules may be a little bit different there with the asphalt. I'm not sure what the tire rule is going to be.
I believe that what we discussed was that it has to be a treaded tire, no slicks.
Really? Okay. I didn't. Yeah, that sounds somewhat
any
familiar.
8-inch treaded tire.
But anyways, what we wanted to do to make this Hammer Down Clash event was,
And
We liked
here's where all of our listeners come in.
and this is where you guys come in and can help us out. We'd like to get some extra money into those races. Corey did a lot in previous years and spent a lot of his own time doing all this stuff. And I'm going to do the best I can. I can't guarantee I can't go out and go knocking on people's door and soliciting for sponsorships. But for all 4 of those races, if there's any of those races that you would like to add to the pot, so to speak, get a hold of myself or Ron, and we will add you as a sponsor. And we've talked to Rich Farmer, I've talked to Beth, I've talked to Chris, and I talked to Pam and Chrissy at all those tracks. So all the tracks are on board with this. They're going to have their base pay. And the base pay, in which I didn't mention this for Oakshade, is starting off at $125 to start, $700 to win. That's the base.
That's the base.
We want to add on top of that.
It won't pay any less.
And each track's going to be different. I think Fremont's going to run their regular truck payout, which is $500 to win, $100 to start, plus whatever
Right.
we can add on top of that with
For
additional
instance,
sponsors.
Gene Steele has already committed $50 to the 5th place winner at Millstream.
11th place winner. But here's the
Okay,
deal on
11.
things like that. You can sponsor individual places, but if 11th place is going to pay more than 10th place,
That's cool.
no, I'm not going to do that. It'll have to be spread out. I still want it to be a structured thing. But if we have a sponsor that says they want to do $50 for 10th place, then he wants to do it. So then it's fine, as long as, second or third's not paying more. Because then we start getting into like the race that Mike Young was in, the second place race. Everybody's trying to finish 10th or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure all that out. So we can't guarantee these places as of now, but
This is all new.
it'll be kind of a fluid thing as we work through it. We're not going to announce any sponsorships until money is collected, because I guess there's been some issues with that in the past. So, I mean, get a hold of me. Once we get the money, we'll add you officially to the thing. And all money is going directly to the tracks. We're not keeping any of this. Everything's going to be transparent. We're giving it to the track. We're not running the shows. The tracks will be running the shows. So that's going to be a different thing from what Corey had done in the past. Corey had kind of run the show, put the whole program together. Each track is doing their own individual program, their own individual tech. So all we're doing is just adding money to it, because Ron had mentioned something that it was a conflict of interest if I raced in it. But all I'm doing is putting money into it. I'm not officiating it. I'm not teching. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Just trying to get money. So that is the big announcement. Again, September 28th at Oakshade will be the first Hammer Down Clash, which, again, using the Showdown Series rules, the dirt trucks versus the Dominator Superstocks, plus asphalt guys are invited as well.
Can we put a sticky on our Hammer Down page?
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Rules?
Yeah, I'll post everything. I got the last rules from Corey that he had.
And they're
from last
really
year.
very simple.
Yeah, pretty easy rules. And if you're familiar with the Showdown Series from the past few years, pretty much there was some adjustments, I think, this year with the hood bubble.
Yeah, it's 5 inches instead of 3.
And I think you guys the trucks can run a 4-barrel.
Right. Everybody's on the same carburetor rule.
Yeah. So other than that, it's pretty much the same rules. So, and if there's any questions on the rules for each individual track, get a hold of the track. Talk to them to get any clarification on how the rules are interpreted or what the rules may be. So again, Saturday, October 28th, will be the first Hammer Down Clash with the dirt trucks and the Superstocks. 700 to win, 125 to start. I haven't gotten the middle part of that yet. And
it's September 28th.
Yeah, and we want to get sponsorships for that. I think there was another thing. If we get a sponsorship of $500 or more and they want sponsorship of all that money to go to all 4 tracks, we're going to give you a presenting sponsor. So it'll be Hammer Down Clash presented by Ron Miller Race Cars.
Right.
Something like that. So, or you can sponsor individual events. So we'll work with you. Just get a hold of me at Hammer Down Racing Report at Outlook.com. Get a hold of us on Facebook. Get a hold of Ron. Again, no sponsors will be mentioned until the money is collected. All money, again, goes straight to the tracks. Whatever track or whatever event you want to sponsor, that's where that money's going. It's going directly to them. And
Jeff Wells Jr. wants to know if there's going to be tech.
There will be tech.
Absolutely. But the rules are very simple, so
yeah,
you've got to be pretty far out of line not to make it through tech.
Yes. There you go. So that's it. And again, I know Sandusky was working on the pay structure, the purse. It sounds like that may end up being similar to the Fremont payout. Again, these are the base payouts,
right?
Not including what we're going to add on top, which would be $500 to win, $100 to start. That's not official yet for Sandusky because I think Chris was still working on that. Speaking of which, we got some breaking Chris Meisner's.
Right.
And I think Corey was working with Beth for a similar payout at Millstream. So those are yet to be determined as of now. So there you go. So, and we'll be taking the sponsorship stuff right up until the days of the race. Talk to Rich. He's like, yeah, we'll take it right up until race day. So you get the more bang for your buck the earlier, though, because we'll be talking about the sponsors ahead of time. But just under 2 months away for the first event. So
and it's going to be a very busy end of September, first part of October.
It's going to be busy for me. I don't know why I've decided to do that.
You're nuts, that's all.
So, and Corey said he made the Showdown series is not dead. It's just off this year. So this is kind of our effort to carry the torch for this year, so to speak, until he takes back over next year, because I don't want to do this again, I don't think. Yeah. It's been less than a week, and I'm already tired of it. So there you go. Any questions? Like I said, get a hold of me, get a hold of Ron. Hammerdown Racing Report at Outlook.com. Get a hold of us on Facebook. You can also call the Hammerdown hotline. We won't play those messages back over the program, but you can call the Hammerdown hotline, and we'll get back to you. That number is 419-318-3081.
Right.
So, and we'll get back to you. And again, once that money is collected, you'll be officially added to the sponsorship of all the events that you decide that you want to sponsor. So you do individual laps. You can just add something to the pot for Oakshade, Fremont, Millstream, whatever. You could do Millstream and Oakshade. You could do Fremont and Sandusky, whatever. We're open. And every little bit helps. I mean, $10. I mean, that'll make a racer happy to win more 10 extra bucks than he would have. He may be able to buy some tear-offs or something. I don't know. So there you go. That was the big announcement. Now we have a little bit of racing news, and then we'll give away some pizza.
Ooh.
And then we still have the hashtag DCR for the Hammerdown Racing Report window sticker. There it is. I'm getting click happy over here. So let's do some racing news. Not much of it this week, so it'll be a quick time. So time running out to get in on that drawing. So hashtag DCR now.
Latest racing news.
Just before we came on, we have some breaking news. This is going to call for this.
Okay, Scott.
I'm not ready yet.
You're stalling.
I'm not ready yet. All right. Where'd it go? I was clicking the links to get the official. Did they take the post down already?
Well, I don't know.
It won't go to it now. So just before we came on, Sandusky Speedway announced that race director Chris Mize. Oh, no, it's still there.
We're stepping down from his race director position.
He's stepping down from... Oh, I guess I can take that off. We're back on. He's stepping down from his position as race director of Sandusky Speedway due to health reasons. He will remain as VP for K&B Promotions. Kevin Jaycox Jr. and Kevin Jaycox and Chris Mize then announced that Rich Luscious has accepted the race director position. Chris will remain part of the team. He's going to be more in the pits from now on.
Right.
And he is still going to be involved in the Nightmare Clash in the Dusky, which is the final Hammerdown Clash, as I throw my phone down. So that's your breaking news. That just coming in. We wish the very best to Chris. He's a good friend of the show. I know he's been having some health issues. So
right.
Hopefully he gets through all that.
Great friend of racers in general.
Yeah, he likes racing of dirt or asphalt or anything. So, successful late model racer Chris Madden joins Kohler Motorsports and driver Ricky Thornton Jr. as crew chief for the remainder of the dirt late model season. Madden will debut with the North-South 100 at Florence Speedway on August 8th through the 10th. So Madden stepped back from racing, and now he's going to be helping out Ricky Thornton Jr. like he needs any help.
It's silly season all year this year, Scott.
Well, last year was sprint car silly season right about now. Now it's late model sprint silly season. Ryan Millington and Connor Hall tangled coming to the checkered flag in Cars Tour Throwback 276 at Hickory Motor Speedway. I meant to get the video of this. I forgot to. But Millington got into the rear of Hall, exiting turn 4, coming to the checkered flag after Hall had just passed him. Basically turned Hall around, and Millington went on, took the checkered flag, but then was penalized due to the move, which handed the win over to Ronnie Bassett Jr., who crossed the line behind Millington. He was running third behind those two battling it out. So
Well, that worked.
crazy stuff there, at Hickory Motor Speedway. Fun short track stuff, but I don't know. It's I don't like people that race that way. It's not the way I
wonder
race.
if anybody tapped out on that one. I never exactly understood that rule.
No, this was no. I don't think that was a tap out rule. But no. John Force Racing announced on Tuesday that Jack Beckman will pilot the NHRA Peak Antifreeze and Coolant Funny Car for the rest of the season for the injured John Force. I've seen rumors of his retirement, but I haven't seen anything official from him. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of speculation.
I haven't heard anything from John Force Racing.
Yeah.
A lot of speculation.
I'm sure it's probably coming, but it's not official as
but
of
it's not there yet.
And again, we wish John Force the very best as he continues his recovery from that terrible crash. What was it, about a month ago now?
Yeah.
Where his car exploded. And
300 miles an hour into the wall.
That doesn't sound. Have you ever gone 300 miles an hour?
No.
You ever want to go 300 miles an hour?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, then.
I have good. I did fly to Australia a couple of times, but that probably doesn't count, does it?
Yeah, well, you didn't hit a wall, I don't think, so. I guess it does count. You did go that fast. No Hammer Down hotline this week. No messages again. If you want to leave a message about potential sponsorship for one of the Hammer Down clashes or all of them, 419-318-3081. I'll most likely be getting back to people in the evenings because I do work during the day.
Somewhat.
Most of the time, is my boss is listening to me. I work all night too. But there you go.
Dedicated employee.
Yeah. Pays for the racing. Let's do some pizza giveaways.
How many?
So last week's how many GLSS sprint cars were going to be at, I guess that's redundant, GLSS sprint series, we're at Waynesfield on Saturday. That number was 23.
Right.
You said 28.
Yep.
I said 26.
That means you win, Scott. You
go.
are a winner.
Yeah. So we had a tie, though, for our listeners.
Really?
Yeah. Hovis Racing put in 22.
Ooh.
I believe Hovis Racing was one of our winners last week for the Toledo Speedway tickets, too.
I think so.
And Dean Henry put in 24.
Oh.
So
and the correct answer was
23.
right in the middle.
Right in the middle. So we are going to spin the Mazza's Pizza Wheel. I got it right this time. To determine this week's winner. So each one has a 50-50
The Mazda's Pizza Oval?
No, it's a wheel.
It could be an oval.
It could be. It's a fire-baked oval.
That's it.
Circle wheel. Fire-baked wheel. I don't know. I'm just going to spin the thing. Here we go. For the Mazda's Pizza, one large, one item, and cheese bread.
Make it bigger, Scott.
I think that's Dean Henry. I know. There we go. Dean Henry.
All right.
Congratulations, Dean Henry. You have yourself 30 days to claim your pizza. I know you're used to Big D's Pizza, but Mazda's Pizza.
Since he's out of the driver's seat there, maybe
He does like food.
maybe he'd like to come try something different.
There you go. Congratulations, Dean. You have 30 days to claim your pizza. Mazda's Pizza there in Point Place. Sponsor of Goad Racing again.
Yep.
Goad Racing. Bradley Goad, one of the managers there. I saw something where they're selling their cars.
They're looking to change directions.
Okay. Interesting. So, congratulations. Now, for next week's How Many, and a chance to win a large one-item pizza and cheese bread.
And this one's guaranteed to get a lot of correct answers.
Dean Henry, always like trying other shops. Dean, I want to know your opinion once you get it, too. I'd be curious. Yeah. Did I tell you what it was going to be? I did, didn't I?
No, you didn't tell me. I happened to see it, though.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right. I did have it typed in there. So, this week's How Many? Little backstory on this. I think it's been at least the last 3 Dominator Superstock A mains, maybe more than that now, has been caution-free. There's not been any caution. No caution flags. So this week's How Many, and I'm probably going to jinx it for this week, is how many caution periods will there be in Saturday night's Dominator Superstock A-Main at Oakshade? And again, the past 3 weeks, no cautions. None.
Green to checker.
Green to checker. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's
Tough.
sometimes
to
it's
move
nice to get a little.
forward.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to get a little break and tighten the field back up. But so a chance to win Mazda's large one-item pizza and cheese bread. Just put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. You have until we can go. We can go probably till I'm gonna say 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay.
Because that'll be before the feature. So until 8 o'clock on Saturday. So if you're listening to us on Spotify or iHeartRadio, whatever podcast platform, you can navigate over to Facebook or YouTube, pull up our channel.
And
or our
zero,
page, and
zero is a valid entry.
Exactly. Weather could be an issue, or
And
it could go caution free for a fourth week in a row.
we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
The weekend weather pit stop?
Yes, sir.
Good, because I'm curious. I haven't actually seen a forecast in a while. 3 seems to be a popular number. That's right. We have to guess, don't we?
No, you have to guess.
We have to guess. I'm going to go with Terry's thinking 4. I'm going with 0. I'm one of the participants because I could influence. I should not be allowed to participate in this one because
Why? 'Cause you
I
could
could
cause-
influence the outcome.
You could cause a caution.
Yes.
Intentionally? I
Yeah. See,
doubt
now
that.
this would be a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
I'm still going with 0, so that way it makes it so I'm not trying to affect it.
I would have gone with 0 for a couple of reasons, Scott. So with that said, I'm going with 1.
Well, if there's 1 or more, you got it. So there you go. You have till 8 o'clock again on Saturday night, Eastern time, to get that in. I'm changing my number if you're in the race. Well, that's true. There's no guarantee that I will make the A-Main. It's
It's been tough lately.
sure. I think in the past 2 or 3 years, I've only run one B-Main, though. Not to brag or anything. There's less. Number of cars have kind of come down, too.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. Let's check out some action we have going on this weekend, and then we'll get to that weekend weather pit stop. Let me take this off here, and that'll be this one.
This weekend's racing menu.
The Mazda's Pizza Racing menu tomorrow night. Limaland Motorsports Park in action. Their final night of the year.
That's crazy.
It's kind of their fun night, I guess, after last week's season championship night. King of the Quarter Mile, featuring UMP Modifieds, Thunderstocks, and the Dirt Track Truck Series. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission is $12 there. Usually they do their awards presentation, too, as part of that after the race.
I wonder what they do in case of inclement weather.
I think they have the following weekend as a rain date.
Think they do a rain
possibly.
date?
They did last year for something, so I don't know on this one, but that'd be my guess. And Attica is off Friday because they have the fair going, so they're
Right.
I think they're off the next couple of weeks at least. Flat Rock Speedway on Saturday night. It's Hungry Howie's Pizza Night featuring the National Compact Touring Series, Outlaw Super Late Models, and Factory Stocks. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7. General admission is $15 there up at Flat Rock. Fremont Speedway, it's Sandusky County Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Bureau Night featuring the AFCS 410 Sprints, dirt trucks, and non-wing sprints. Is it the Boss non-wing sprints?
Oh, I don't know.
I copied this from Dave without doing my own
didn't
homework
look.
on that one. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission is $20 there at Fremont Speedway. And just to double check that real quick, because I prefer to be thorough. I don't like to half-ass things, even though I do quite often.
That one.
Dirt Trick non-wing sprints. Okay, that's what it says.
Good
right
job.
there. That's exactly what it says
Good
there.
job, Dave.
I don't know if any steel block non-wing sprint. So I guess it's not Boss. It's just any steel block non-wing sprint car. Interesting.
Okay.
and, of course, the 410s and dirt trucks in action. So a little bit different night on Saturday.
Yeah.
Angola Speedway. It's the Roger Petrie Street Stock Double 19s Memorial Event featuring late models, modifieds, and street stocks and front-wheel drives. Gates open at 4:30. Racing at 7. General admission there at Angola is $15. Oakshade Raceway, full show of late models, DCR Graphics, Sportsman, Dominator, Super Stocks, Compacts. Gates open at 4. Racing at 7:30. Butler Motor Speedway, it's Kids Night and Backpack Night featuring 410 Sprints, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, 4 cylinders. Gates open at 4. Racing at 7:30. General admission is $15. Steve says it's American Sprint Car Tour. Is that right? Cody says the Steel Block Sprints, not Boss. Definitely not Boss. We got that. Rain, and Dave does say Lima has a rain date on the 9th. So,
Cool.
yes.
And you didn't mention it, Scott, and it's not exactly in our weekly racing menu, but Wood Tick this weekend up at Merritt Speedway, and that will also play into the weekend weather pit stop.
Don says if I spin out, I have to give the pizza to you.
There you go.
I don't know if the winner would be happy about that. The listener winner there. Also, Eldora Speedway in action this weekend, our final event. That's also Saturday with Family Fireworks Night number 2, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints, UMP Modifieds, and Super Stocks. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7:30. General admission $10 there. Is that the first time the Great Lakes Super Sprints have been to Eldora?
Well, it's been a while, huh?
I don't know if they've been there before.
Yeah.
Unless the NRA guys, I guess they're the same. Anyways, what's the weekend weather forecast looking like for this weekend?
Well, Scott, obviously Thursday looks great.
That's now.
Yes. All you got to do is look out the window.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Friday, maybe not so much. There's good chance of storms and strong storms during the day. However,
there's a but.
The folks up in Michigan that are at the Wood Tick, and I told you that it would play into it. The Wood Tick weather for the weekend looks spectacular all weekend, like a 0% chance of rain. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. I believe the Wood Tick is going to go. I think the Friday night tracks are in serious trouble. Saturday, we could see some showers on and off through the day, ending mid-afternoon. So if the tracks don't take too much rain on Saturday, should be good. The evening looks wonderful if there's not too much during the day.
So if you had to give a percentage on the chance of racing on Saturday, what percentage would you?
Same as the weather, as the percentage of rain, which is about 40%. So I'm thinking 60% chance.
So I like those odds.
That everything will go Saturday night.
I like those odds. That's better than.
And obviously tomorrow's rain is going to play into that.
I could, yes. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Although I think it was Monday. I got like an inch of rain here during the day.
Yeah.
I work like 5 miles from my house. It didn't rain at all.
Really?
I came home and I could see where it was flooded, and I looked at my rain gauge. It was like an inch of rain.
No, that was overnight.
No, that was Monday during the day.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
See, it was weird. Anyway, other series action this weekend. The World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series in action with the USA Nationals at Cedar Lake Speedway in Wisconsin. That's tonight through Saturday. Arca Menard Series action, Shore Lunch 250 at Elko Speedway, Saturday night, 9 o'clock on FS1. And World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, Ironman 55 at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 in Missouri. That's tomorrow and Saturday night. And NASCAR, and I figured out why NASCAR was off last week and this week. It's the Olympic break.
Right.
Because NBC's covering the Olympics, and they also have the NASCAR stuff. So NASCAR off, I think, until next weekend.
Right. They'll be back next weekend.
Yeah. And that got me to thinking, why isn't racing an Olympic sport? If some of the stuff they have on there can be an Olympic sport, why not racing?
I wonder what. Yeah.
I mean, any kind of race. It doesn't have to be stock car. It could be open wheel or go-karts, IndyCar, Formula One, just some kind of motorsports in the Olympics. Why is motorsports not in the Olympics? that is a question for the Hammer Down hotline. Leave me a message. I want to know why you think, either why motorsports is not part of the Olympics or why it should be. Yeah. Leave us a message. We'll talk about it next week, 419-318-3081. Because I've been having to watch, I've kind of been coerced into watching some Olympic stuff this week.
Really?
Yeah. Some of it's pretty painful, really. But I get through it. It's sacrifices that have to be made.
Just to keep people happy.
Exactly. Let's draw for that Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. Again, you can get these for just $5. Just get a hold of Dale there at the number scrolling at the bottom of your screen for DCR Graphics. These are very nice. I mean, the cut on them is very nice. Yeah. There it is.
There we go.
These are the brand new stickers from his brand new printer. He's upgraded some stuff there. So we got some graphics for some of our trucks at work today that he dropped out. They were really nice looking.
Nice, huh?
Yeah, I was not to say that his other stuff wasn't good, but
these are more nicer.
More nicer, exactly. So if you haven't put hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, now is your last chance. Better than badminton. You know it, Don. That's what I'm talking about. I stalled good. That was enough stalling. So we got 28 entries for hashtag DCR this week.
All right.
I got a 1 in 28 chance of winning this week's Hammer Down Racing Report sticker.
The new stickers are a winner.
They are, and we got a new supply of them. So if you don't win this week, chances are you'll have another shot at it next week. So I think it's at 29 now. Let's bring this over. That's this one, share. Here we go. Nope, still 28. Okay, here we go for the winner of the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker this week.
Round and round we go.
30 days to claim this. You can pick it up from Ron Miller Race Cars. They're in Lambertville, Michigan. I know that guy.
Maybe you can pick it up from Scott at
Maybe.
Oakshade Raceway.
John Young, congratulations. You got yourself a Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, one of the brand new ones. So there you go.
Get a hold of us and let us know where you want to pick it up.
There you go. And again, if you didn't win this week, you'll have a chance to get that next week. And that's about it for this week's edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Pulled pork and corn on the cobs waiting for me,
Are they?
Scott.
All right, well, I'll wrap things up here. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Dean Henry, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, and of course, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at HammerdownRacingReport.com, our Hammerdown Army. Make sure to submit your results Thursdays by 3 p.m. at HammerdownRacingReport.com. Click on the Hammerdown Army menu item, and then at the bottom of the page, there's a link to submit your results.
Scott, just a couple minutes ago, I happened to catch a message that I had gotten. YouTube wasn't working.
Tonight?
Yeah. And I just saw it, so I don't know. No, it was on my phone.
Oh, on your phone? All right, well, check it. Well, I'll check that out. We'll have to see. Where was I? Oh, that was pretty much it. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel. And again, I'm glad to hear that the ads are working out there for Magic Moment Entertainment. A little bit different sponsor. Well, all the other ones are kind of motorsports related, but he's been getting some good leads from the show. So
Steve said it came on later.
It might have been YouTube having an issue then. But yeah, so very cool. Make sure to support our sponsors. And again, get with me or Ron and talk to us about sponsorship for the Hammer Down Clash events at Oakshade, Millstream, Fremont, and Sandusky. I'll put up a post probably later tonight. If not, it'll be up there tomorrow with more details on all those. And any kind of sponsorship will be added on top of the base payouts that they have there. So it'll just be extra incentive for the racers. So we'll see how much we can gather up, I suppose, for those events. So for the next 2 months, if you got anything you want to sponsor, get a hold of myself, Ron, Hammerdown Racing Report at Outlook.com. Call the Hammerdown hotline or send us a message on Facebook. And, we'll throw those rules up as well. Again, using the Showdown Series rules for those events for the trucks versus the Dominator Super Stocks. Thanks again to our guest this week, Leyton Wagner. It was great talking to him. We'll be back next Thursday with another show with a mystery guest. I don't know who our guest is going to be.
Maybe.
All right, go get your pulled pork. Is that what you
Yeah.
And what else?
Corn on the cob.
I'd take the corn on the cob. All right, we're out. We'll see you next week. Good night.
You have been listening to the Hammerdown Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.